Happy to have you with us for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Brian Anderson with Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke. Allie LaForce, our reporter.
Backcourt violation is the call.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. These teams both hungry for a win, Grant, searching for some consistency on a night-to-night basis.
And this is what they call a get-right game, potentially. So how do the teams focus? Will the players be in the right frame of mind, trying to capitalize on this unique opportunity? We'll see.
And the Wizards call time here. You know, one place this Wizards team has been very effective is in the restricted area.
Well, that's the coveted shot in the NBA, to consistently score deep inside that painted area. The Wizards know high percentage looks, and they really
干，
get
等于
after
想换
the
纠正破
interior.
上来，妈的，
The Wizards making a switch here.
纠正破，呜，
It's Avdia on the wing. Counted from distance.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Uncovered. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
When Jeremy Grant is dishing out an assist, that is a great sign for this team.
The jump hook. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
What a masterful job on the defensive end. Did everything possible to alter that shot.
Out to Simons. Misses the three. And so it's Ayton with it. He brings it up for Washington. Pass to Simons. For three. Knocks down the triple. Simons has got 5 now.
I love this approach, getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Kuzma for 3. And Ayton pulls it down. Henderson outside. Pass to Simons. And again, it's Portland with a 3.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
Here's Poole. They get it again. Now Kuzma. Will it go? He can't get that one to fall. And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter.
2 minutes.
And in most other draft classes, Scoot Henderson could have been a top pick.
Yeah, he has the talent and skill you want in a #1 overall pick. Circumstance of the class dropped him down, but he has everything you look for in a franchise centerpiece.
On the wing, Kuzma. And another miss by Washington. An 8-point differential. To the wing on the left. Simons outside. A deep 3. That shot off the mark. And so it's Poole who brings up the ball for Washington. That's good. His first made shot in 3 attempts.
Nice dribble move to get to the hoop for an easy 2.
There's Simons with a 3. Another miss by Simons. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Here's Kuzma. It's hauled in by Henderson.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Now here's Ayton. 6 to shoot. And here's Simons outside. Portland again missing. Washington trailing. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Back to Kuzma. From behind the arc. Oh, the shot no good by Kispert. Now Portland with it. They're on an 11-2 run. And almost gets it to go. So he'll shoot 2 here.
First personal foul. First team foul.
First free throw is good.
The line for the Trailblazers.
The Wizards making a switch here.
Anthony Simons taking 2 shots.
And so Simons nails both of them.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
Pass to Poole. Here's the 3. And he can't get that one. That'll count. Anthony Simons has been leading the charge for the Trailblazers.
Your Wizards.
He dropped 3 threes in that quarter. They haven't found an answer for him yet. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this.
后场双枪。
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Portland.
Well, in today's NBA, the three-point shot is so valuable. They realize this, and that's why they're continuing to drain as many as they can.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, DeAndre Ayton has big goals. He said, quote, I want to be the best young two-way player in the league, controlling the game even if I'm not scoring the ball. Being everywhere, creating shots, rolling, blocking shots, just being in the paint, loud, communicating, that's my type of basketball.
He's got all the tools, Allie. Thanks for that. Good stuff there. And Grant, this season, the Blazers adding a G League affiliate in North Portland.
Yeah, BA. I mean, the second to last team to do it. And the Suns next season will make it 30 for 30. Now there's a G League counterpart operating under each of the league's teams.
Simons.
Well, DeAndre Ayton is a team-first guy, and boy, does he set up the open man.
Got a piece of it. Pass to Avdia. Poole with the ball. Takes a 3. Rebounded by Kamari.
It's hard not to want payback when you give up a 3 at the other end, but it can force you to rush things.
And Washington has possession. They trail by 16. Poole outside. The Wizards need to get off a shot here. Here's Kuzma. The Wizards with another miss. Here's Grant. Rebound by the Wizards.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Kuzma for 3. Drills it from deep. Kuzma's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Always solid from deep. Kyle Kuzma, you can't leave that guy open beyond the arc.
Anthony
Simon's shot is good.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over, so you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
3-point field goal.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
And I think the defender knows once he gets cooking, look out. The bucket looks awfully big to him right now.
Launches it. Avdia pulls it in.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Kispert's shot is good.
I'll tell you, he'll take that all day, every day. I'm sure he was shocked to find himself that wide open.
On the wing, Simons. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back.
3-point field goal.
Simons has got 28.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays. What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
The assist.
This first half has been all him. He's getting to his spots and going to work.
Pulls up on the wing. 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Avdia from outside. And Ayton pulls it down.
And he's doing things on the glass tonight that we don't often see.
His production has been unbelievable, a testament to how much he cares about his craft.
Kuzma outside. Three-pointer.
And Grant works hard on the defensive end of the floor.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers. A sizable 18-point lead at the end of the period. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. And Grant, these days, more and more teams emphasize the importance of switch defense.
It's so true in the modern NBA, BA. Every team has to be able to switch to take away a lot of the action of the offensive team. So having defenders who can guard multiple players on the court is a must.
Here's Avdia. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Avdia's got 5.
Well, you won't see that kind of shot fall very often. Thank your lucky stars. How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
Now here's Jones. And here's Kispert from the arc. Nails it from beyond the arc. 9 points in the game.
He took what the defense was giving him that time. There was nobody on him on the three-point shot. Boy, don't give him the lights out.
From deep. Pass to Walker. Outside Brogdon. No good on the triple. Well, for so long, we heard calls for the Blazers to trade Damian Lillard and start over. Grant, that day has come.
It has, BA, but it's hard for a small market team like Portland to give up a superstar. I mean, they're just not easy to get. The task now is finding their next franchise player, and with this young talent, they have a chance.
Kuzma, that's good.
All Kuzma needed was the basketball. His feet were planted. He was ready on the catch.
Outside Brogdon. Fires the 3. Rebound Washington.
Yeah, and the defense really respects his shooting ability, and they showed it with that tight coverage.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Wizards not making the playoffs the last couple of seasons motivated them to bring in some youth in Jordan Poole, and the players say that they've seen dramatic improvements from player facilities, energy, and player development. They said they're transitioning, they're going in the right direction, but they still have a lot of improvements to make.
Good point, Allie. Thank you.
2 minutes. 2 minutes remaining.
Now here's Brogdon. No made baskets yet. Pass to Williams. Outside Walker. Just 5 to shoot. Outside for Brogdon. Now Thibault. The 3 is up. Portland, no good that time either. And Washington with possession. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. Kuzma for 3. And the Wizards with another 3.
This is anyone's game now, and they have the momentum.
Probably the most important thing is they regrouped. They worked out some of their frustrations, and now they're starting to have some fun.
Timeout called, the Blazers. And as the coaches draw up their strategies, the players staying hydrated with some Gatorade. That's key to keeping them at their best all the way up to the buzzer.
It really is, and every one of those players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Your Wizard Youth Dance Team.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Pass to Sharp. Puts up a 3. Gets the 3 to fall.
3-point
And the Trailblazers lead by 9.
And you see right there the practice time Sharp's put in. Sound shooting mechanics for a guy who hasn't played a lot of games in his career.
Here's Koulibaly. And again, Washington with a triple.
They've been aggressive during this run, but they've also played under control.
I think the communication on offense is working at every level right now. What a run for this group.
Here's Rupert. And Holmes with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. Portland will have another go.
Good.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Shot clock at 2. Here's Sharp. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Basketball.
And here's Washington. They're on a 17-5 run. To the left wing. Here's Koulibaly. And again, Washington with a triple.
They've closed the gap over the last few possessions. Can they push through and grab the lead?
Yeah, it feels like they've ramped up their intensity. They have forced good things to happen. Now they're back in it.
Trailblazers foul.
And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Jones, his shot is good.
You can really see their confidence growing as this game has gone on. They have reason to believe that.
What I love is the heart, the fire, the tenacity. This is absolutely fantastic.
Tie game in Washington. And we're coming right back after
一
this
般结
break
完
to
全
get
场
the
不
fourth
进
quarter
去
started.
三小，run！
And with these teams locked in a very close contest,
我
this
操
fourth quarter
玩到
promises
手
to
感
be
都
a
来
good one.
了。
That's the final quarter, fans.
So it's Portland now.
Get up, get loud, make some noise.
Henderson with it. Pass to Graham. Simons left side. True on the 14-footer. Simons has got 32 points.
The defense can't be so relaxed at this stage of the game. Not against him.
I think he takes that kind of defense as a sign of disrespect, and he was more than happy to accept the challenge.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
First team foul.
Pass to Simons. The three is up. That one doesn't drop.
So disruptive defensively out beyond the arc.
Well, tremendous effort, tremendous timing, the ability to alter shots on the perimeter. That was beautiful.
And it's Koulibaly missing. And they're on the run. And here's Grant. Henderson scanning the floor. Here's Jones. Up and in from the low block.
And that finally gets them back to even.
Incredible fortitude to bounce back like this. I think we're setting up for an awesome finish.
Boom! He jams it straight down.
Woo-wee! What a big finish out of the backcourt.
That might be exactly what they needed at this point of the game.
Boy, as tight as this one is, that's a statement play saying, hey, listen, we're not here to back down from you guys. Yeah, he shot the ball well enough to keep his team even. Let's see if together they can elevate past that.
Out to Simons. Pass to Graham. Here's Ayton.
2 minutes.
4 on the clock.
In the fourth quarter, 2 minutes.
And no good. Excellent D there from Holmes. Jones up top. Out to the right wing. Here's Champagnie. Now here's Holmes. Right wing. To take the lead. Knocks down the long J.
操！
Champagnie's got himself on the board with a 3 there.
There are no easy comebacks, but they really had to dig deep for this one.
Yeah, to start off with so many mistakes and still now find a way where everything's working, it allows their momentum and confidence to continue to build.
Henderson outside. And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
Boy, that's the last thing they needed. This game too close to be making those kinds of errors.
1:16 left in the final quarter. Out to the right wing. Pass to Koulibaly. From deep three-point land. It's rebounded by Grant. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Oh, there's the alley. Oh, and the jam by Ayton.
But DeAndre Ayton is engaged, he's focused, and he delivers a clutch bucket.
Kuzma outside. Pass to Koulibaly. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Out of bounds. It'll be Portland's ball.
Possession to Portland.
.34 seconds left to play in the fourth. And now we've got an intentional foul.
First personal foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
At the line for the Trailblazers, Anthony Simons.
And so he's good on both free throws, and that gives him a lead.
You must embrace the pressure and knock down critical free throws. Nicely done.
What a huge trip here.
Absolutely. You can feel the energy in this arena.
Anthony Simons.
And an intentional foul right there.
Personal foul.
Here's Poole.
First team foul.
5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock.
Jordan Poole.
Lets the three fly. The Wizards with another miss. Henderson outside. Yes!
Henderson.
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
Anthony Simons.
And so they foul intentionally.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to go.
For the Wizards,
That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line. And that brings him within 2 here. 7 seconds left in the fourth.
Washington foul.
And they're going to prolong the game with an intentional foul.
Second.
Yeah, and there's no question they have to foul. Now, I'm sure they would have preferred to avoid it.
Shooting for
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
taking 2.
And he does get the second one. And that makes it a 3-point lead.
Timeout.
Now a timeout called by Washington.
Timeout.
They trail by 3. Just 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
DC family, your Wizards, UNC. Substitution on the court.
It's Poole on the wing. From outside the arc. Can't knock in the 3.
He's always quick to pop out and defend the 3.
You know, we talk about this time and time again, trying to stay connected to...
干，真可怕。35分啊！